Good morning. The last worksheet we're going to look at is called Sketch the Graph of Each Line. Now, these equations all the way through are written in this form. AX plus BY equals C. They call that standard form. And when you solve standard form, you basically let one of your variables be 0 and solve it for the other variable. So as I'm going to do this, I'll show you really easy. Okay, if I let x equal 0, I get 0 plus 4y equals 16. That gives you 4y is equal to 16, and divide both sides by 4, and y equals 4. So I have when x is 0, y is 4. Put that right there. So I'm going to plot that point. 0, 4. That's my first point. Next I go, same equation, x plus 4y is equal to 16. This time I let y be 0. And 4 times 0 is 0, so then you'll get x to be 16. So the point here would be 16, 0. So that would be x would be 16, so that would be way over here on my graph. Gosh, so that's 5 here, 6, and 16 would be way over here somewhere. Okay, and then plot that graph. There it goes. Okay, so that's a pretty wide graph considering my point 16, 0 is way over here. Okay, so be careful on that one. Alright, I'm going to jump down to number 5. This might be the easiest other one to do. Let x be 0. And you get plus 2y is equal to 6. So negative 3 times 0 is 0. So then you get 2y is equal to 6. Divide both sides by 2 and y equals 3. So that gives me the point when x is 0, y equals 3. So 0, and I go up to 3 and put a dot there. Okay, now the next thing is I go negative 3x plus 2 times 0 equals 6. Again, now I'm going to let y be 0, and I get negative 3x is equal to 6. Divide both sides by negative 3. X equals negative 2. So then this gives me the point negative 2, and my y was 0. So I plot that point. Negative 2, 0. And draw my line. There we go. All done. Notice we get points that are on the x-axis and on the y-axis. Okay. Down here, number 7. Again, you're going to find out these are actually pretty easy to do. Let x be 0, negative 0, plus 2y is equal to 6. 2y is equal to 6, divide by 2, y equals 3. So when x is 0, y is 3. So that's my first point, 0 and up 3. Plot that right there. Now I go negative x plus 2 times 0 is equal to 6. That gives me negative x equals 6, and then times both sides by negative 1, and I get x equals negative 6. Again, what I did is you can divide by negative 1 or times by negative 1. It really doesn't matter which way you do it. So now if I look at my point associated with this work, x is negative 6 and y is 0. So if I plot that point, it's way over here, negative 6, 0. Again, it's on the x-axis. Sketch your graph, and there you go. So sketching graphs given standard form is pretty easy. It's not that bad at all. Some of these are going to give you fractions, so when you graph them, you can go in between the numbers. Okay, for example, let me do number 2. Okay, if I let x be 0 here, I'm just going to cover that up because it's going to be 0. I divide both sides by 3, and I get y equal 5 when x equals 0. And all I did is I just covered it up because I know it's going to be 0. So if I plot that point as 0, 5, that's up there. Okay. Then if I do just the opposite, negative 7x plus 3y equal 15, write the equation down. If I cover up the 3y, because I know it's going to be 0, I get negative 7x equals 15. Now to solve that for x, I just divide by 7. And I get x equals 15 over negative 7, which is a best. See, 7 goes into 15 2 times with 1 left over. Okay? So again, y this time. So your point you're plotting is, let's see, x is negative 2 1/7, and y is 0, because you just covered it up, because you know it's going to be 0. So plotting this point, negative 2 and just a little bit more. There you go. Okay, so now here's your 2 points, and there's your line. Again, negative 2 and just a little bit more. Okay. Number 4, we'll do number 4 real quick. Again, I'm just going to use the cover-up method here. I'm going to let x be 0. So 4 times 0 is 0. So I get 9y is equal to negative 9. Divide both sides by 9. And you get y equals negative 1. So that's when x equals 0, y equals negative 1. So I know my first point is going to be right there. Okay? So rewrite the equation again. 4x plus 9y equals negative 9. This time I'm going to let the y be 0. So cover it up, it's gone. So you get 4x equals negative 9. So if I solve that for x, all I'm going to do is divide both sides by 4. Divide by 4, divide by 4, and x equals, because remember this is gone, that's 0, x equals negative 9/4, which is, you see 4 goes into 9 twice with 1 left over, and it's negative, so bring your negative along. So my other point, x is negative 2 1/4, when y equals 0. So now I just back up 2 and a little bit more. Okay, 4. So you can estimate that, not a big deal. There's your 2 points, and you sketch your line. Okay, so I hope you understand both techniques I used. Some like this one easier because you just kind of cover up the one because it cancels out because of the 0 effect going on. The others, you kind of work the problem. You actually plug it in and work it out. So whatever method works for you, or a combination of the two, that's going to be totally up to you. Good luck with number 3, 6, and 8. Again, you can always check your work. There's the answer key that follows this worksheet. Good luck, and we'll see you later.